dazzling of the free. An old man is born and a child died. A worker's exposed and a priest is disguised. And I said, oh no, oh no, oh no, no. Oh no, oh no, oh no, no. Parties in the penthouse, the secrets underneath. They're praying from a rooftop, they're screaming from their knees. A contract is signed and a soldier dies. Keep saying it's the truth, but all I hear are the lies. And I said, oh no, oh no, oh no, no. Oh no, oh no, oh no, no. I said, oh no, oh
You're watching Sunday Sessions, the Buff Fanbase Network's pregame show. Tonight, the Baltimore Ravens play our Buffalo Bills.
Where else would you rather be than right here, right now?
Isn't that right? Where else would you rather be than right here? Guys, welcome to Season 5, Episode 1, the 2025 season of Sunday Sessions, the official pregame show of the Buff Fanbase Network. I am your host, Swank. Right next to me over here is the smoothest voice in podcasting. You know him, you love him. I just got to see him yesterday. Holy hot hell.
Yeah.
Ryan Thomas from the Thomas Takes Sports Podcast. What's up, RT?
What's going on, Swank? What's going on, Scooter? Yeah, it's been a while, Swank. I feel like it's been, what, 22 hours, 23 hours since I saw you?
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. Well, yeah, something like that.
We are, of course, talking about the annual event that 24/7 Buff Fandemonium puts on right in Manchester, New York. The FLX Mafia has their regular season rager featuring the amazing Mr. Mark Maddox, all sorts of great live streamers, all sorts of fans from our local area and beyond. We'll get into that a little bit, but before I go any further, I would be remiss if I didn't introduce you to my brother from another mother, Mr. Scooter Magoo. Scott, what do you got besides a new baby, brother?
I was gonna say I got a new clone that we brought into the world on Thursday. Little Connor McCarthy Reed, healthy baby boy. Mama's doing great, guys. Thanks for all the support and holding down the rager while I was absent. But you guys kicked butt, and I'm proud of you. And we're very happy. So I'm blessed. But now it's time to talk some Bills football. We're gonna start brainwashing them tonight.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
What a game to get, the fourth read involved in the Bills, the whole Bills addiction, man. Real quick, guys, we are part of the Buff fan base. Super proud to be. As a part of that, we are sponsored by 26 Shirts. Go to 26shirts.com. Give Del Reed and the gang all of your money. They'll spend it way better than you do, and you'll be helping a family in Western New York. You'll look fly. You'll feel fly. Do or die, man. That's it. Just put that right up. I write songs. Guys, what we love about Sunday sessions is that we can give you our hottest, quickest little half hour of takes. One of the beautiful, beautiful parts of this is that the inactive list comes out right as we go live, and it did not disappoint. And guys, I'm going to share right here. Holy hot hell. This is your inactives. You have wide receiver Curtis Samuel.
Interesting.
For me, a surprise addition. Tre'Davious White, who was listed as doubtful. Jordan Hancock, which I thought maybe with the DB depth being what it was, maybe he'd sneak on there. Cedric Van Pran Granger, I think that's a usual suspect. Chase Lunt, another usual suspect, I would believe, a tackle on there. And then Landon Jackson, which I don't know. I mean, we got a lot of depth in this line. So, Scooter, man, I'm going to give you honors because you brought another read into the world, and then we'll pop it right up to RT. But what do you think about this list? First impressions?
I'm shocked by 2 names on there. Actually, 3 names: the Curtis Samuel, Hancock, and Landon Jackson. Curtis Samuel, that means Shavers obviously is getting a nod, so that'll be exciting to have out there. Curtis Samuel suffering the injury bug last year, going through all that stuff, looked promising towards the end of the year. That may be someone you hate to pay that much money for him to be inactive, but I guess it is what it is. Landon Jackson, the only explanation I have for that is trying to beef up the outside against the run, and maybe having some contain issues in the preseason is a little worrisome, especially with Jackson running back there. So that would be the only question marks I had on that. It'll be interesting to see. Javon Solomon must be coming in and taking a role in that regard. So, okay. All right. Let's see how it plays out.
I'll flash this other list. I found this. I really like this one. And I was going to throw it up because it has a lot more information, but this is like the typical inactive list that the Bills Twitter puts out. This one here is your full game day roster complete with inactives, which I very much love, and answers even more of those depth questions. So this is every single person that's
I love this.
Right?
Yeah, this is nice. I like this a lot.
Go ahead, RT. Take it away, brother. What do you think?
Yeah, so when I first looked at the inactive list just now, I always wait till the show. The inactive list kind of comes out as we're on here. So
Drama,
I love it. I'm like reading it. I'm tuned in. I'm dialed in. The inactive list to me, Curtis Samuel means Tyrell Shavers is active. So that's pretty exciting, right? We see 5 wideouts: Keon, Josh Palmer, Khalil Shakir, Tyrell Shavers, and Elijah Moore. And then you go to corner with Tre'Davious White inactive. The corners there, defensive backs, as it's listed, 10 D-backs, DBs. And obviously, I think Cam Lewis, and Dorian Strong. Those are 2 names that we know what Cam Lewis can do, but Dorian Strong, they're putting him right out there, feast or famine. So that's kind of what jumps out to me within the inactives list.
Yeah, Curtis, man, especially the way that Brady came out and was singing his praises last week, and it was a personal issue. It wasn't an illness or whatever. So to see him inactive today, it's like, damn, like I kind of expecting him to be a big, like not a big part, I guess, like enough of a part of today,
right?
Especially the way Brady was talking. Trey, I mean, I don't know. I had a sliver's hope in hell that maybe he was going to suit up. Doubtful designation. They might as well say out because the Bills are so protective of their players. They're not going to put him out there. He's an aging veteran. He won the number 2 job either by default or through being that veteran leader. However, it's a bummer because he had such a great training camp. But now to have a groin, I believe, which Christian Benford was also struggling with here in the last week or two. It's a bummer. But yeah, Landon Jackson, man. I agree, Scott. That's something that kind of is, to me, a little bit of a head scratcher. I would think that you'd want as many. Maybe this I mean, this is a short rotation, boys. You got 4 ends, 4 tackles. That's bang, bang, bang. I kind of like it. I think I kind of like that. I want to see more Joey Bosa out there in Groot. I think Javon Solomon, that's awesome. We've been championing for him for a couple seasons here. Let's go, man. Then you're going to get these 2 rookies. They're going to get some time. Deion Walker is going to be plowing up that middle pretty good. I hope today he'll get a little bit of a welcome to the NFL moment, I believe. So.
Yeah, 8 up front. That's I think the least amount that they've had in a while. So high percentage snap route plays, and these two rookies, Deion Walker and Sanders, have to take advantage because with the Open Joby coming back in 6 weeks and all that stuff, make the most out of these plays. But if you're to see 8, I think those are the 8 you want to see out there on game day.
Yeah, I agree. So here you go, guys. This is your game day roster and your inactives. Again, that's what we love about bringing this show to you right when we do, because they drop right an hour and a half before kickoff. Let's get right into it, boys. I'm thinking, RT, I need to hear what you think about this Ravens offense and our defense coming in here. We're talking about these 8 linemen coming in. We're talking about DBs, inactives, all this stuff. What do we got to do to slow down Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry coming into our house for the last time, the last season opener at the Ralph?
Yeah, definitely a sentimental game, sentimental opener for all of us, our generation. The Ralph is all we know. So knowing that this is the last home opener or opening night, I guess you could say, at the Ralph, bittersweet, but that new stadium is looking pretty good. So, but onto the game, I think that they did a really good job last year in the divisional round, especially in the first half, of forcing Lamar Jackson to kind of throw from the pocket, make him make decisions, neutralize Derrick Henry as best as you can. I think that that's the best way to beat this team. I think that's kind of the proven way that this team kind of runs into some trouble. That is the Ravens, when they force Lamar Jackson to kind of pick his targets. You realize that there's not many targets really out there. You know, Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, they're good. They're not great. DeAndre Hopkins was brought in as a veteran. We kind of know where he's at in his career. Baltimore's not really deep. You know, the pundits talk about how Buffalo's not too deep in the pass catching department. I would say they're much, much deeper than that of the Baltimore Ravens. So if we're able to neutralize Derrick Henry, I think it starts there, which would then force Lamar Jackson to kind of throw from the pocket a little bit. That is the recipe for success. And, you know, hopefully that secondary really steps up for Buffalo tonight. I think Buffalo forces Lamar to, you know, do those checkdowns, read the defense. The secondary has got to be ready for that, right? So that's where our secondary really would have to, you know, make plays, and where our defensive line would have to kind of close that pocket too, as we're seeing Green Bay do with Detroit right now. So that's what I'd like to see.
Whew. That let me tell you, Jared Goff, just as a quick sidebar, never been a huge fan. Like liked the story, liked, you know, okay, he, you know, he's in LA and he gets the shaft or whatever from the coach that they're supposed to be best buddies because they're like 10 years older than each other or whatever. He comes to Detroit. It's kind of a fun story. I never had full faith in him. Goff's gonna Goff. He's gonna do. It's kind of like a Baker Mayfield thing to me. Like he's gonna do something. And last year, that son of a bitch gave me hope for fantasy, and I drafted him as a backup. But I got him playing one of my leagues this year, like today. And I'll tell you, oh my god, what a dumb decision that was.
We talked about it yesterday, Swank. They got Rashawn Gary on one side now and Micah Parsons on the other. So it's a really tough duo to stop. So
well, I you know, it's dumb. You like talk yourself into it because I'm sitting there like, well, they lost both their coordinators. This is kind of like a rebuilding thing for the Lions, you know. Like
it is.
I said those words like a month ago, and I still started Jared Goff. So
they lost some linemen.
He's got Laporta. They've got Amon St. Brown, and they have a good receiving running back out of the backfield in Gibbs. I mean, if any of those guys blow up, they make Goff look good. Yeah. I hear you, Swank. I'm with you. That's why I get Stafford every year, and it just seems to disappoint.
Yeah, well, you know, buddy, you and I are facing off each other right now, and I was feeling pretty comfortable, and then I wasn't, and now I don't know where I'm at with it.
You're at 88% winning percentage now, so chill out, would you?
Hey, I'm a Bills fan. I know 88% don't mean shit until that time says 0-0.
You guys would beat me both this week. I think you guys are battling it out for the highest score of the week. I hate when that happens, but that's fantasy football for you.
Yeah, I'll get an L and scored the second highest points in the league this week. Love it.
You got a beautiful baby boy. And
that's a W.
Trade-off. That's a trade-off for sure.
But let's hear your take here, Scooter, about what you think our defense has to do to slow down this offense.
So I think what makes the Ravens so successful is their little key pieces. I mean, obviously Lamar Jackson, MVP, does his thing, but having that big fullback leading the way for Henry, it looks like he's in red. Potentially he's either injured or out. And Isaiah Likely, that sneaky tight end that they carry on their roster that can open up the defense going deep. Very tall, lengthy guy that is a speedster. Those two guys are out, which is very interesting to me. So those are those key pieces that the Ravens add to their rosters just to help their other players over that hump, and they're not there. So to me, with who they brought in defensively, I think, yeah, the 4-4 will be able to handle it without those two guys in there for sure.
I like it. I was saying on the K-Gun, I'm really interested in safety play, but I think these linebackers, man, we're forgetting, like, we are getting for one of the first times ever a healthy Matt Milano and Terrell Bernard, and that should be a fun thing to see. I was very afraid when Matt Milano was getting banged up so bad here these last couple seasons that we weren't going to be able to see this, that we were going to get cheated from seeing these two dudes. If you have 8 solid linemen that you believe in, and you're going to get a solid rotation in, and you got 2 thumper linebackers back there, we'll see what happens. I'm very interested in seeing what these linebackers do, because if they shoot their gaps, if they contain, if they are doing what they're supposed to do and slow down one or the other a little bit, I think you're going to throw them off enough to let that offense just do what that offense does and outscore these jamokes. I'm interested to see how Milano and Bernard are going to fly around and play together and slow these guys down. So
yeah, us Bills fans deserve this, to watch these two play together healthy. So
100%.
I'm excited for it.
Let's flip over to the other side of the ball. Scooter, I'll start with you this time, and I'll throw the defense for the Ravens up here. But what does this Buffalo Bills offense have to do against this stout-looking defense, man? You know, you got a little Jair back there now, and all sorts of little flares and whistles and bells and dings.
It's a really good defense. They've done good things to this defense to make them top notch in the league. They finished second last year in sacks. And then, like you said, they add in a couple of these corners to make it harder for coverage to make the reads. They add in Malaki Starks from Georgia, the rookie, as free safety. I think this is a game where we can try to take advantage of that. But the big thing for me, I know the Buffalo Bills are bringing back their offensive line. I know the Buffalo Bills are bringing back in their depth offensive line, and they were top in the league in protecting Josh Allen next year. But you're playing the second best sacking team in the league. You still got to have that in the back of your mind. And protection. Roquan Smith, arguably the best middle linebacker in the league, manages that defense well. The biggest thing for me offensively is just protect Josh. Brady needs to be in charge of calling plays that make these players successful, and that's keeping them honest. Let's not get predictable, and let's throw a couple screens, and let's throw Cook, who's getting paid now. I'll give him a little bit more responsibility and take the pressure off of Josh.
I like it. That's why we wanted him here in the first place, right? Everything for years was take the pressure off Josh. Josh doesn't have to put it on his shoulders. And we talk about that maturity leap that he took, especially from 2 years ago to last year. Now I expect that to incrementally get more and more comfortable and better as it goes on. I mean, he's just one of those guys that buys in 100% and puts it all on the line. Before I get to you, RT, I wanted to remind everybody, all 503 of you tuning in right now live, appreciate you guys, for Sunday Sessions, the official pregame show of the Buff Fan Base Network. We are sponsored by the Buff Fan Base, and super proud to be also sponsored by 26 Shirts. Go to 26shirts.com, give them all your money. It's going to be awesome.
Awesome.
I see you guys throwing questions in there. We'll definitely get to them here. This one is a tight 30. So, we got beers to crack. We got foods to order and eat. And we're going to be out of here by 7:30. So we'll hit the rest of this little take. We'll do our score predictions and X factors, and definitely hit your questions in between there. So keep them coming, guys. And please share this around. We love all y'all. Thanks for hanging with us for 5 seasons, you old sons of bitches. RT, man, what are you looking at? What do we got to do?
Man, Scott mentioned a few names. Obviously, Roquan Smith, Malachi Starks. The guy that I'm looking at, I think, is one of, if not the best safety in the NFL right now, Kyle Hamilton, who, earned his stripes with the Gold Dome, in the NCAA with the Golden Domers, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Obviously, Kyle Hamilton gets that extension right before the season starts. He's one of the highest paid safeties now in the league for good reason. He's earned it. He's played whistle to whistle every single week practically for the Ravens. I don't know if he's even missed a game for the Ravens since he's been drafted. He's just rock steady, solid coverage guy, solid tackler, always has a way of being around the football. He's a guy that I'm definitely keeping my eyes on. If Buffalo tries to stretch the field with a Keon Coleman or a Josh Palmer, that over the top safety protection that Kyle Hamilton can provide is second to none. I would argue that he's probably one of the top 5 players on the Ravens, maybe even top 3, and he just doesn't get the credit that some of these other safeties in the league get, and I think he definitely belongs as one of the best safeties in the league. Jair Alexander, that was like a late offseason signing that I really was hoping that Buffalo would kind of dip their toes in those waters. He was a guy that was rumored to be of interest for the Buffalo Bills, and he went to Baltimore. So those things happen, but great corner in his own right, comes over from Green Bay. It'll be interesting to see where he's at in his career, and he's going to get tested, I think, early, in this game. Josh is going to look his way and test and say, hey, let's see what you got. Let's see if you're still the guy that you were, 2-3 years ago. So he's had some health issues. This is like him on the mend, trying to show that he's still legit. So tonight's a big night for Jair Alexander to show where he's at in his career. So those are the 2 names that really jump out at me.
I like it, man. I'm a heroes and villains kind of guy, and Jair Alexander is one of those guys that is a villain for me. I might be too much of an emotional Bills fan when it comes to these kind of things, but I hate that guy. I hate him, and I love to hate him. I think that's like what brings like that little kid energy out about these kind of games. That guy talks so much junk about Josh Allen, tried to talk so much junk to Stephon Diggs, which Diggs, by the way, sidebar, a little 50-yard game today, like no big deal on that loss. And I don't know. For me, Jair, talking about pulling him into Buffalo, I can't imagine what Benford and him would have been like. It probably would have been amazing. I think that I would have hated it for about an hour, and then I would have been like, all right, well, he's probably a good guy. And yeah, I mean, he's on the Bills, so he's probably
He's one of those players that you'd love to have, but you hate to play against. That's what he is.
You start listening to him talk when he's on your team, and then you're convincing yourself like, well, I was just wrong. It was like him in that situation.
He's just part of his personality. That's just who he is.
It's fine. He's absolutely fine. Yeah, man.
I love it.
For me, I think I want to see them attack the middle of the field, and I want to see them be dominant at the line of scrimmage. I want to see them run all over them, throw all over. I want the whole package. I don't want these games where it's like that old Buffalo Bills feeling where it was like, we're in this one, we could win it, we're good enough to, but we don't. Like this team, this mindset, this goal, what this season means with the stadium and everything else, Josh Allen in his 8th season, I want to see them go out there and inflict their will and be dominant. Want them to do that against good teams. And this is a good team coming in here. I'll say likely, man, being out, I kind of think that's a bigger deal than people are making it seem. He was a very good tight end last year, especially with Mark Andrews having the slow start and being banged up and being older. Likely cut us up a little bit and definitely cut up some other teams. So Mark Andrews might be coming in here a little bit more emotional as well. Than
revenge game. Yep.
Yeah, looking for something more, and that could cause mistakes as well. So for me, well-rounded, attack the center of the field, rushing and passing, and get her done. Guys, you guys are killing it. I'm going to throw up a couple questions that we got out here. John Robert says, what's up, John? So you think Dorian Strong is CB2, not Jamarcus Ingram? What do you think, RT?
I would say yes, just because he's more used to that role, playing as a CB on a wideout from his collegiate days. I know Jamarcus Ingram was kind of more spelled as Teron Johnson's nickel corner backup, or in certain packages he'd play more nickel than he would as a singular defensive back on a wide receiver 1 or 2. We know Benford's the one. I think Dorian Strong's got that man-to-man coverage ability. I really liked the pick. I'll go back to when we did the post-draft show. Felt like that was one of those late-round picks again that Buffalo just seems to find those needles in a haystack that just work in the 5th, 6th, 7th round that they've been able to find since Brandon Beane got here and McDermott got here. So God willing, they have that eye for talent to the scheme that they implement, and they're able to kind of plug and play players in the secondary a lot easier than what most people realize these last few years. I remember a few years ago, they had a lot of injuries in their secondary and they didn't miss a beat, so going to be very interesting to see what he brings to the table. But to answer John's question, I think Dorian Strong will line up as the CB2 alongside Christian Benford.
I like it. I think I agree. What do you think, Scooter?
I don't know, guys. I think both of them can handle it, but I do think it's going to be Jamarcus. I think he's been there, has the experience. They're both 6'1", 6'2", 190 pounds, so they got the size. Hopkins is on that other side, so it depends on who they probably think is stronger playing that zone. Seeing this defense out here, I think you're going to see a lot of that too deep zone. More, that's the Bills scheme, but I think you're going to see it more often today, just because of those injuries. But I think both can handle it, but I could see Jamarcus getting the edge and getting the start.
Good stuff. Maybe a little bit of both.
Why not?
Why not? Mix it up.
We know how they like to dip the toe in on these rookies, man. So, like, you'll probably find a healthy dose of them. The only thing I worry about that is, like, especially somebody like Strong, like getting him into a rhythm. This is the first NFL game, like getting him out there. At least Ingram has some experience. Ingram's had success. Like
he has
limited success, but still success, and knows this defense well. So I think Dorian Strong is the exciting guy that we all want to see. We want him to be the Benford coming in here and just being
Sixth
like,
rounder.
oh my God, like look at the two guys we have now. But Ingram might be the safer play. We'll have to see what's going on. And we're going to find out very shortly here, less than an hour away from kickoff.
Ooh. Here we go.
Holy hell. One more question here, and then we'll go through our X Factors. Corey Blaine, how much longer are we going to keep Samuel's broke ass around? Dude rides the bench. Our guy Corey Blaine from BWO did a little podcast yesterday for us at the Rager. Good hanging out, and appreciate you helping set up and do all that stuff in our boy Scooter's absence. I like Samuel still. I want to see what happens. I feel like we haven't cashed in on that check yet, and I want to see what the hell he does. He's done little flashes. I really liked him when he was in Washington. It would be great if next week he came out and he just put up 110 and 2 touchdowns and shut everybody the hell up. I think that would be awesome. Probably won't happen. So, Corey, when's the trade deadline? I don't know. We'll see how long he rides. What do you think, Archie?
It's one of those things. They are the regime that is Sean McDermott, Brandon Beane. It kind of goes back to the Dorian Strong talking point. They are going to give opportunities to those that show success in training camp. Like, training camp is a massive deal to the staff, the coaches, the GM, whoever makes those leaps and takes those steps, even in preseason games as well. That period of time is really important for their evaluation to see who's most ready to play, which has me feeling like maybe that's why Tyrell Shavers is out there today and Curtis Samuel's not. One had a really solid camp, really solid preseason. The other, we didn't really hear much about. I can only speak to a couple practices that I went to. I really didn't see a lot of Curtis Samuel. I didn't see him really out there consistently as much as he was last year. So that says quite a bit. And, I think it just shows you where each player is at. Doesn't mean that Curtis Samuel won't make, an impact at all. It's just heading into this game. This is their first audition, first roster for week 1, and Curtis Samuel's off of it. So it's a week-to-week league, right? We talk about that all the time. And for this matchup, they felt like this was the best 53 that they had.
Was there any big wide receiver injuries today? Anybody know of? The reason I ask is a release cost us almost $9 million. A trade would only cost us $2.2 million about. So they're not going to get rid of Samuel unless there's a team that needs someone like him.
I know Nuka was getting beat the hell up the whole first half of that game. So who knows? But it's a tough little dude, man. Came out with a bandage, got helmet to helmet again. I don't know if he ended up going out with a concussion after that, but he was
out for a little bit, and then he went back in. Okay. And he had tape on his elbow, and he was a trooper out there today.
No doubt. All right, guys, let's kick it off with some X factors. Guys, throw them up in the comments. I see you are already. That's awesome. Scooter Magooter, why don't you start us out? What is your X factor for today?
Those front 8, they're only coming with 8. I think a lot of reps for these guys today. It's the containing of Lamar Jackson. He is very successful week 1. We have a quarterback ourselves who's inconsistent on week 1, but Lamar Jackson with his fresh legs is usually pretty productive and starts off his MVP campaign pretty well in week 1. So contain with our edges and let those our nasty linebackers that we finally get to watch put the helmet on this guy.
I'm going to disagree with you about that slow start thing or fast start with Lamar, just because I remember last season, man, they didn't look good for the first 2 or 3 games, really the game before they played us. And then it was takeoff time. People were talking about them being nothing until then, which obviously we all know that that's not what's happening. But I feel what you're saying. I'm just going to put a little drama into the show and say, RT, what do you got for next factor, brother?
I think it kind of goes into my evaluation of the Ravens defense. The 2 names that jump out to me the most were those safeties, Malachi Starks, rookie, Kyle Hamilton, one of the best safeties. I think he's the best safety in the league right now, my personal opinion. But the best way to kind of combat those safeties, you don't test them deep early. You actually run the football. You force those safeties to play a little bit tighter than they're accustomed to. You block them, you jam them, you hit them in the mouth, and then force them to be on the back foot after that. So a little bit of a run to set the tone. We want to talk about Derrick Henry and what a great running back he is. We just extended James Cook, our guy James Cook, on a 4-year deal. He's pretty good in his own right. So my X factor in this one is James Cook to prove that he's one of the elite running backs, number 1, but to also set the tone, set the tempo of the game. If James Cook finishes with more rushing yards than Derrick Henry in this game, the Buffalo Bills win it. That's how I see this game. James Cook runs for $120, and even if Derrick Henry's got 80, that means that Buffalo is more efficient at keeping Derrick Henry off the field, and Lamar Jackson, that is. So I like that kind of mindset. This is kind of like an old school, gritty time of possession game that's going to be played week 1, and I think James Cook is a huge part of helping the Bills get a victory tonight.
There you go.
Good take, man. I mean, we know if Lamar's on the bench, he can't be out on the field scoring points. So I think this is one of those KC approached kind of games. It's the way that the other teams play the Bills. They want to keep Josh on the bench. All these really high profile, amazingly talented quarterbacks, what you want to do is just keep them off the field as long as you can. And James Cook is a good way to do that for sure. For me, X factor wise, I don't want to go on the offensive side of the ball. I think our offense speaks for itself. It has to do what it does. Defensively, man, I think secondary play. It's all about secondary play today. I am watching them linebackers. Like I said, if you could slow down Lamar and Derrick, you're gonna have a very good day. But if they start throwing over top of you, if Lamar starts releasing that arm that nobody thinks he has, you're gonna have a bad time. So you got to take something away. And if the front can get pressure, the linebackers can stay where they need to be and shut down the running game, the secondary is going to have a better day. So if we can get through this week in that defensive backfield, I think that we're going to have a good day for Bills fans. Let's go score predictions. Oh damn, Corey, I forgot to upload your video. I'm sorry, I forgot the goddamn Spaghetti-O video. He even told me not to forget it. The Spaghetti-O video, it'll get uploaded later. Where are we going first? I can't remember who I started with last time. RT, you want to give us your score prediction?
Score prediction. I think it's going to be a close game. These are two very talented teams, two very talented quarterbacks. I think it's going to be a very close game. These NFL schedule makers, they know what they're doing, putting these two teams together. Sunday Night Football Week 1 to start the season. So I'm going to go 32-28 Buffalo. I think the Bills will have a late touchdown drive that's going to put them over the top. And I'm going to go out and say that the guy that catches the game-winning touchdown pass is a new Buffalo Bill, Josh Palmer. I think Allen will connect with Josh Palmer late in the game, and the Bills will get the dub.
There you go.
I like it a lot. Yep. Scooter Magooter, man, what do you got for a score prediction?
RT's keeping it cardiac. I'm going to keep it cardiac too. I'm going 24-20. Power of the O's. Booyah. I can't forget about this.
Wow.
24-20. It's back and forth all day. Bills come up on top.
It's so funny, dude.
I attempted the SpaghettiOs chug at the Rager, and just the coldness of the can in my hand, and then the touching of the lips to the, I was like, oh my God, I got like half a meatball in my mouth, and I'm like, can't do it. I will nuke some though. We'll make that happen.
Sure. Corey said that I made Ella cry. Dude, do you really think that I wouldn't put it up here? Get out of here. Come on.
And by Ella, I think he met himself. I think so.
Oh, he made himself cry. Yeah, sound on this thing?
Yeah, you didn't hit the hover over it.
Yeah.
I saw the volume was
so the volume was X'd off too.
Wait, you ain't never felt pressure till you stepped in this state. We don't flinch in the fire, we built for the storm. From Cali to Allen, new legends are born. It's more than a game, it's the culture we live. For the ones who believe, for the years that we missed. Shout out to legends like Fred and Thurman, Micah and Jordan, forever still burning. Lorenzo too, led for the team like real ones do. From 17 years of pain, we rose. Now we hunt for the ring, that's the goal, let's go.
What is up, Bills Mafia? Oh, we are back. It is Sunday. The Bills play at 8. We got a game today. Oh, it's the Ralph's last ride. You guys ready? I can't wait. I'm excited. I was hoping this was going to die out in the offseason, but I guess by popular demand, everybody still wants it. So it's the Revenge of the O's season, boys and ladies. I think X Factor today, like I said the other day on the K-Gun with Swank, Keon Coleman, 2 touchdowns, 100 yards. I think the Bills are going to win. I'm going to change my prediction and say 40-32. What do you think, baby?
40-20.
Ooh, double O's. Cheers, bud.
Go Bills!
Go Bills!
There you go. Go Bills indeed, man. Corey, man, I was expecting you to light yourself on fire, dude. You know what I mean? Like, stepping it up a little bit. Appreciate you guys. It was a blast hanging out yesterday and meeting some of these dudes that I've only been able to talk to via this or Messenger or whatever else. Patrick coming all the way up from Florida, and Mark Maddox, of course, all the way from Arizona. Lot of great people there yesterday. RT, appreciate you coming all the way from,
of course, LKPT.
And it was really awesome, Scott. You FaceTime in there at the end of the night. That was sweet. I'm glad you did that, man.
I had to call, and then Mark answered the phone, and that was awesome. So I'm glad you guys kicked butt and held it down, and can't wait for next year.
Hell Yeah. For me, I don't remember what I said yesterday. I think it was 35-20, and I think it was the FU Homer. Let's go. It's the beginning of the season. Why not? I'll take the Jerry roll. I'll do it. 35-20, Bills all the way. Easy, non-cardiac game. How about that? Let's go that way with it. You guys are killer. Ellen, 28-21, Bills win. Our guy John's 27-24, Bills win. Thank you guys so much for all the comments and all the hangs and the shares. And we'll probably get into that recap and review of the Rager here on Tuesday coming up at the K-Gun Report. So let's hit some final thoughts. We are 8 minutes over. I guess it's like, season 5, episode 1. Why not? Hit us with a final thought and where to find us. RT, go ahead.
Final thoughts. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now? Marv Levy turned 100 this year. The Ralph is in its final season. The nostalgia is there. The vibes are there. You got the legends. You got Kelly in the crowd. You got Reed on the sideline with him, standing side to side tonight. Thurman Thomas is in the house. The boys are back together to watch this return to glory led by Josh Allen and company. As Steve Tasker put it, greatness has been restored in Buffalo and just got to finish the job. Could this be the year? God willing, just one before I die. That's all I want. Of course, I really pumped up for this season. It's going to be a hell of a game tonight. Love having, the time on a Sunday to hop on this show with you guys, and appreciate the band still, holding strong. 5th season. That is incredible. I did not even realize that when you said that from the jump. I was like, holy crap, it's been that long. So it's been fun. It's been a fun journey, and the fun times are going to continue, baby. Let's go. Let's go, Bills.
There you go. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Love you, RT. Yeah, we were talking about Scott and I, because I was just like, how long are we doing this when we started it? And it was like the year after we started the K-Gun, we started Sunday Sessions. So
Crazy.
Season 6 of the K-Gun, Season 5 of Sunday Sessions.
Love it.
Viewing pleasure. Scooter Magooter, man, give us a final thought, you beautiful bastard. I miss your face.
Miss your face. It's like something you always say, just enjoy what we're going through now. Obviously this is one of 17 of the last games that we're having here this season. So the last time it's a week 1 at the Rich, at Ralph, at New Era, at all the stadium names. So if you can get out there. It's worth the money. Just go the one last time and say you're there for the last season. Those of you who are there, cheer loud for us that can't be. And those that are sitting at home in the comforts of their own home, enjoy those cheap beers. Can't wait to talk about this on the K-Gun Report on Tuesday. Go Bills.
Hell yeah, go Bills indeed. Guys, piggybacking off that a little bit, man, I think about it almost every single week 1, where right now, before kickoff, this is literally the most Bills football you are going to get to watch this season. We are starting right here. The most relevant Bills football that you can possibly watch is starting now. There will not be more games than this season. So enjoy it. Really enjoy it. Like, again, great time that we're living in. Josh Allen era, a future MVP. I'll say it, dude. Like, it's amazing. And we know what these low times can be like. So cherish it. Have some beverages, enjoy it with your family. And don't forget, you can catch us right here every Sunday or before whatever. Next week is an 11:30. It's a 1 o'clock game. We got a 1 o'clock game next week. Holy hell.
Those are my favorite. Those are my favorite. Scott knows. You guys know, 11:30, eggs and bakey in Sunday Sessions.
Wakey, eggs and bakey. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, so we'll be live hour and a half before kickoff every single game, the official pregame of the Buff fan base. And catch the K-Gun Tuesday nights, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time on everywhere that you stream. You can catch our boy RT. I swear to God.
Wednesdays at 8.
Wednesdays at 8, yeah.
Wednesdays at 8. A lot of good stuff, to talk about, God willing, after this game. Recap show Wednesday at 8. Tune in. Buffalo fan base. Let's go.
Hell yeah. Real quick, too. The whole AFC East lost today. The Kansas City Chiefs lost. If the Ravens lose tonight and the Bills are up 1 game on all them sons of bitches, it's a great week 1.
Great week.
Great week. Go ahead and say I love you all and go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go